if everybody's still hearing me okay. Seems as if everybody is. Great. Okay, some folks are having some issues. That probably is what we like to call internet weather, or what we used to call internet weather. Look, as you can see, this graphic says it all. Your email list is gold. Once you have built up that list to a certain level, it is better than gold. And that's why you have to treat that list with respect and treat the subscribers with respect in all possible ways that you can. You never disrespect your subscribers. You always provide them relevant and engaging content, but also you don't go around putting people on your list who don't absolutely want to be there. That's a problem. So you have to build your list in such a way that shows that you respect your subscribers. And respect starts right from day one. From the moment you want to add them to your list, that's when that respect starts. And what Mac and I have done here is we put together a few points that we want to share with you, some tips on building those lists. And I think what I'd like to do is have Mac start off with his first 5 points, and then I can jump in with some of my points and recommendations, and we can go from there. This is very casual, very laid back. We're not working on a clock here. We're going to get through these points and hopefully share some information with you that will make that light go on over your head and you go, wow, I got to try that right now. So, Mac, take it away, sir.
Thanks for the great introduction, Jim. I hope that everybody can hear me all right tonight. Thank you very much for your patience during the very beginning of the webinar. There are always some small issues, with the audio and video, but I guess we're on the right track right now. So let's kick it off, guys. This basically is the first episode of the first series of the webinars, and today we would like to tackle the topic of list building. This is a challenge that probably many of you are facing, right? If you're going to start off your email marketing program, you have a right ESP, you are using GetResponse, you have your emails, you have your messages, but then comes the real challenge: who you should send your emails to. So today, as Jim has mentioned, we're going to start off with 10 very basic, actually, ways to start building your email list. All of those ways are based on the principle of permission-based email marketing. And permission-based email marketing actually says it all. It is all about signing up people that want to receive emails from you, so they give you an, let's say, kind of explicit consent to receive your newsletters. So basically, it's all about mailing those people that agree to receive emails from you. Let's take a look at the 10 ways which we can actually use in your email programs. All of those ways and methods are very cost effective, right? You don't need any fancy designer or a developer to implement those ways. We just want to provide you with 10 practical tips that you can implement right after the webinar. Just launch your GetResponse account, launch your blog, launch your website, and implement those tips into your e-commerce project. So, guys, the first and foremost, I want to start off with the good old sign-up forms, right? So, sign-up forms, or call them web forms, or subscription forms. They're all about those small boxes that you put on your website. Those boxes with labels saying name and email. And the submit or subscribe button. And I hope that you guys can see one example on this website right here. This one comes actually from PC World, and the yellow box on the right-hand corner of the website says select your newsletters, enter your email address. So this is a classic example of a sign-up form that you can also generate in your GetResponse account. It's very easy to do so. It's just enough to go to the web form generator in your GetResponse account, generate a nice, slick-looking web form, put the JavaScript or the HTML on your blog or on your website, and those people will be sent directly to your GetResponse account once they subscribe to your list. Let's say, what are the do's and the don'ts when it comes to web forms? So first and foremost, you want to make the web form as simple as possible. All right. This one here, which I'm showing you right now, is not actually the most simple web form that I can basically come up with. Let's take a look at this one. This is actually way easier, but still has a few labels. what you should do at the very beginning of your email program is just capture the name, the first name of your subscribers, to personalize your emails with their name later on. And also you should capture their email address. So that's kind of like the two basic values, like two basic data functions that you guys should capture and actually send them right to your GetResponse account. When it comes to web forms, there is also one more very important matter. The question which I'm being asked very often, on the conferences, after the webinars, is basically people ask me, Mac, so what should I do? Should I use double opt-in or should I use single opt-in? For those of you that are not basically familiar with the terms single opt-in versus double opt-in, let me just explain that for you. So breaking it down, single opt-in is all about people that sign up via your web form, and once they provide their email address, they are added to your list instantly, right? So they just start receiving the marketing messages that you have on your in your account. Double opt-in, on the contrary, is all about people that sign up for your web form and first receive the confirmation email. So like a Google plain text email with the verification link saying, if you want to be subscribed to my email list, please please confirm your decision by clicking on this link, right? So there are many cliches when it comes to double opt-in, right? So people say that it will decrease your subscription rate quite heavily because many people will not receive your confirmation email and will not click on your link, which is just true to a very small extent, right? Double opt-in is really good. This is the way to go, guys, right? So double opt-in, first and foremost, provides you with a fresh and verified list, right? Only using double opt-in, you are 100% sure that you have no coincidental email subscribers, right, in your database. Second of all, this is a proof, right? This is a proof to you guys. This is a proof for everybody who's gonna be hopefully not, but guys, you're senders. You send lots of emails every single day, and some people, just let's say, don't have anything better to do than accuse others of spamming, right? So one day or another, someone will send you an email saying, "Hey, you shouldn't email me, right? I haven't given you a consent. You are spamming me." And at this point, if you are doing the double opt-in subscriptions, you can just pull out the proof from your database, and you can say, "Hey, I'm sorry, but on January the on the 15th of January, 5:15 p.m., you signed up to my email list. This is your IP address, and here is the verification link that you clicked." Right? If you are doing single opt-in, someone can just go to your website, provide, let's say, their wife's email address and click on submit, and their wife will start receiving your emails. But on the other hand, if you are doing double opt-in, then no one will basically wriggle out of this, right? So you will have a bulletproof evidence that this person signed up to your list, and I would say that this is a perfect way to go. If you want to go with the web forms, guys, this is the this is like the basic fundament of list building, right? So it's very clean, it's organic, and it's very effective. It provides you with the best quality traffic that you can imagine. Still, I understand that some of you might have problems with driving big amounts of traffic to your blog or to your website, and you don't want to spend or burn like thousands of bucks on AdWords traffic, right? You don't want to spend like thousands of dollars on people who will optimize your SEO and SEM and kind of make your blog Google friendly. Let's call it that way. So if you want more signups, if you want to let's say put a sign up form on your blog or your website and make sure that people notice it, you guys should go with lightboxes. And if you guys are not familiar with the term, lightboxes are kind of very similar to the Google pop-ups, right? The only difference here is that lightboxes is like the new name for that, right? These are way more, let's say, intelligent. I'm sure that you remember, like the 1990s, the pop-ups, which basically were, just, let's say it straight. Pop-ups used to be damn irritating, right? They used to jump right into your face on a website. You couldn't close them, and guys, this is past, right? This is totally past. So lightboxes today are those intelligent pop-ups that you can put on your website. You can set some capping also, right? So you can say, I want this pop-up, I want this lightbox to be displayed on my blog, but not, not more often than, let's say, once per month per individual subscriber. So then you are sure that if someone's visited your blog, let's say, every single day, they're going to see the lightbox only on Monday, and then they will stop seeing the lightbox for the next 7 days. So it will not be irritating. And on the other hand, lightboxes have proven to be like 300% more effective than the regular sign-up forms. Sign-up forms, guys, are inline, right? So they are right into the, they are kind of embedded into your website. And people, they don't read the website. They usually scan them. So they don't examine every single element. So basically what I'm saying here is that the regular sign-up form can just be left unnoticed. Lightboxes, on the other hand, just jump right into your visitor's face, right? So here's one more example of a lightbox for you guys. And let me just tell you what is the best way to implement lightboxes. What you don't want to do, you don't want to irritate your subscribers, right? Your visitors, people who visit your blog for a good quality content, let's say. What you should do, first of all, I recommend using Google Analytics tool. And before you before you install the lightbox on your website, just track the number of visitors daily that you actually get and check the bounce rate. So see how many people leave your blog right after they visit it. Then, just write those numbers down. Just memorize the bounce rate. Then implement then just implement the lightbox on your website. Leave it there for like 24 or 48 hours, depending on the traffic that you get. Go to your Google Analytics panel again and see the bounce rate right now. See if it's like any higher, see if people are very, like way more irritated, way more kind of, just irritated by the fact that, that the lightbox is just appearing right into their faces, and you then have the right, the very good comparison, and you will be able to see if, the lightbox is actually doing any harm to your visitors, to your traffic, and if they are they actually worth it? Because, perhaps they just give you like, let's say 100 more signups, more subscribers every single day. So, so this is still a good way to go. So anyways, guys, I would recommend testing lightboxes, right? Let's make sure that you don't, just install them on your blog, because as I was saying, in some industries, in some media contents, they can do a little harm, right? But if you're going to do it smart, if you're going to set capping, if you're going to make it easy to close the lightbox, then you can be just rest assured that this is a good way to go when it comes to list building. All right. Guys, number 3 is something which is very popular right now, very trendy, and this thing is called QR codes. If any of you have visited the multimedia section in their GetResponse account, you were able to see that GetResponse offers you an option to generate a QR code. And a QR code, just to put the long story short, is just like this small two-dimension code which you can, for example, generate, and you can embed some kind of a content within the QR code. This can be like a kind of like one word, or let's say like a link to your sign-up form, for example. So you can just generate the code, print it out, put it, let's say, on a leaflet in your store or in your point of sale at your, let's say, library. And once people go there, once people see your QR code printed on this leaflet, let's say, they can launch their smartphones. They can launch the QR code application, the QR code scanner, of course, just provided that they have one installed on their smartphones. And once they scan the QR code, they will be taken directly to a link to a website which you have embedded in the QR code, right? So they just go there, they just scan the QR code with their phone, and step number 3, the browser actually is being launched on their smartphone, and they are taken to your sign-up form, for an example, right? So this is being used quite widely right now, right? But still, what I'm saying to you guys right now is that basically QR codes have not proven to be very effective yet, right? So we don't have like many numbers which can prove the effectiveness of QR codes. They are very, I think that cool is actually like the accurate word here, right? QR codes are cool. They can be fancy. They can actually resonate very well with very young audience, right? So, for example, if you guys run a club, or a gym, this can be a good way to put a QR code on a poster, let's say at your gym or at your club or at your bar, so people can just go there, scan the QR code, and they won't have to type the sign-up form address in their browsers manually. They will just scan the QR code and be taken right to the web form, put in their email address, click submit, and here you go, one more subscriber on your list. Of course, I know that you guys realize the limitations of QR codes. First and foremost, not everyone actually knows what a QR code is. I read a study, November last year, a study by DMA, the Direct Marketing Association, which was saying that 79% of Americans don't know what a QR code is, right? So this is the one argument against. The second one is that not everyone owns a smartphone, right? Many of us, just use the good old Nokias, or phones that basically don't have these fancy apps, don't have the internet connection. So that's like the second way second argument against QR code. And the third one is that you do not only need to have a smartphone. What you also need to have is an application to scan the QR codes, right? So basically, you need to be sure that your audience actually, owns smartphones. Smartphones are quite popular within your audience, that people know what a QR code is, what they should actually do with that, and that they have the applications on their phone, right? So as I was saying, this can be a cool way. What I would recommend to do is basically having a QR code printed in your store, for an example, and also as the alternative, like a regular piece of paper, a pen, so people can just write down their email address, leave it with you, and it's just up to them, right? You just have to test and see if this is worth your time. Again, if you guys want to do it, there's no problem at all. This is right here in your GetResponse account. Once you go to multimedia section, there's the QR code generator. You can just experiment with that. Wish you good luck, right? All right. Let's see. What I'm kind of interested what you guys are thinking about the forward to a friend option. Some people basically underestimate it, right? So when it comes to your, let's say, GetResponse account, you can just create an email. You can just put an option that people can forward your email, your newsletter to their friends, and this is a nice way of kind of extending the reach of your newsletters, right? So you can be sure that someone can actually subscribe, this interesting, engaging content of yours to their friends, to their colleagues, and people who are not on your list actually will be able, to discover your offer, to see what you have, to see what you're writing about. Perhaps, this is going to resonate with them quite nicely, and then they have an option to subscribe to your email list, right? This is a very nice way of getting new subscribers. It's very cost effective. It's actually cheap, right? It doesn't cost nothing. It's just about putting one more word, actually one more link in your emails. The good way, if you guys want to implement the forward to a friend option, is basically to incentivize those forwards, right? So you can be, for example, you guys can actually organize a contest, right? So you can send an email to your list and saying that the person who forwards, let's say, the most emails, who gets the most new subscribers, wins, let's say, an iPod Nano, right, or whatever gadget you guys want to give to your subscribers. This can actually be good way to build your list, right? Of course, the person who receives the forwarded email needs to have an option to sign up to your list, right? So you can put like the sign up for link in your emails, or you can just, enable this option in your newsletters. But still, let's make sure that they also give you a consent to receive the newsletters, right? This can be a cool way of list building. Not many of us think about it, when we actually send out emails. But still, guys, let's always be focused on extending the reach of your newsletters, right? This is a cool way of going beyond your email database. This is a cool way of going one step further than your regular good old subscribers. All right, guys. Let's see point number 5 that I prepared for you, and these are testimonials. Testimonials are very nice, let's say, tool to build up your email list. And this is not something that, let's say, requires any technical skills from you or any technical knowledge. but I was thinking about testimonials that you guys get on a daily basis from your current subscribers. So every single time someone receives your newsletter, hits the reply button, and sends you a nice email saying, hey, you have great tips on, let's say, losing fat, right, or on running. Thank you very much for your newsletters. I'm kind of happy, and I'm really happy to, just to be on your email list. What you guys should do at this point, hit reply and say, thank you very much for your great feedback. Can I publish your testimonial, your opinion on my website? And guys, the best place to publish this testimonial on your website is right next to your sign-up form. You know why? Because people, when they actually visit your website or your blog, what they see is a sign-up form, right? And then the decision-making process starts. It's really short, and people just kind of consider giving your email address to you. They basically think, is it worth it to be on your email list? And if you guys are going to post a testimonial next to your sign-up form, and it's going to be from, John from Oklahoma saying, hey, this guy has the best running tips ever. I'm so happy to be on his email list. My email address is safe with him. He's not spamming, and I can always unsubscribe. If you're going to post one or two of such opinions next to your sign-up form, believe me, people will be more trustful, right? They will be sure that they can basically provide you with their email address, that it's worth it, to trade their emails for your content, right? It's all about, it's all about kind of exchanging the goods. This is what subscribing to an email list is all about, right? It's about exchanging the email address for the content that you can send. So if you're gonna make sure that this technique is implemented, I can guarantee that this is way more effective than 10,000 flashy and fancy buttons saying subscribe to my list, subscribe now, sign up, and so on and so forth. It's all about, it's all about the referrals, it's all about the testimonials, it's all about the other person on the list saying, guys, giving this email address to this person is a wise choice. All right, Jim. The next list building method is all about, it's all about blogging, the blog post, and how can we actually integrate the blog content with a sign-up form. So let me just pass it on to you. I know you love blogging. I know you are the social media head at GetResponse, and this is totally your niche. So if you could just explain that for us and say how can we integrate our blogs? How can we make sure that our blog posts kind of incentivize the sign-ups? Is there anything that you would like to add on this? I would be very grateful.
Well, thanks, Mac. I really appreciate that. And while I'm doing that, maybe what you can do is just take a look at the chat window. There's some really good questions there from folks while you were talking. So let me sort of take the helm here and go through some of my tips that you can use. I do want to touch base on the one point that Mac made about word of mouth. Word of mouth today is absolutely atomic. Okay, word of mouth is huge. If you can harness word of mouth through social media especially, and email is a great way to harness word of mouth. Word of mouth will not only help you build your list, it will help you convert, it will increase your ROI. Today word of mouth is just huge, and I don't want to get too far off on that tangent, because whenever I start evangelizing about word of mouth, well, I kind of run off at the mouth. To be perfectly honest with you. One of the things that you should think about, and this sort of comes from that old saying, timing is everything. I mean, you can ask a question today of somebody, do you want to sign up for my email list? And if you catch them at the wrong time and they're having a bad day or they're focused on something else, you won't get that sign up. So online, it's about timing, and it's also about placement. And that's because the time and space kind of go hand in hand online, because as they're reading a post, for example, after they finish a post that you've written and they go on your blog and they think, wow, that's a great post. That's really an amazing post. And what happens is when they get to the end of that post, that's where you really want to have your social sharing icons, but you want to have them at the top too. They should be at the top too. That's where you have a great opportunity to sign these people up for your email list. And on my personal blog, one of the things I use for my RSS feed subscriptions is this little plugin here that you can get for WordPress, and of course there are WordPress plugins that we offer for signups as well, where you can just cut and paste the code. When they get to the bottom of that page and they've read that post and they really think, wow, this is great stuff, then that's a great opportunity for you to ask them to sign up to your email list and just put your sign up form right there. And I'll tell you, I have heard from multiple people, as well as, for that matter, for myself, just how effective this actually can be for you. It really, really can be effective and help you build up your list. Moving further along and looking at some other things, let's say that you want to get some extra added help to this, to building your list and getting some more people signed up for it. Well, certainly one of the things that you can use that is very effective for a lot of people is a service that we offer, a list building service called GetSubscribers. That's GetSubscribers.com. Now, GetSubscribers.com, what it does is it allows you to pay for X amount of subscribers to your list. In other words, you pay by the amount of subscribers. So essentially what we're doing is we're saying that we will promote your list, your email list, on different sign-up pages as long as it takes for you to build up X amount of subscribers. And this can be a very, very effective approach for a lot of people to actually get those subscribers lists built in and get them on their email lists. But if you want to check out GetSubscribers.com and get some more information on how it works and how it builds qualified leads for your email list, then just go to GetSubscribers.com. And as I said, the good thing about it is that you're guaranteed those subscribers. So we keep plugging away and we keep promoting your list until we get the number of subscribers that you've actually subscribed for. Now, here's an interesting idea. You've got a phone system. You've got an on-hold message. And maybe you're playing really awful elevator music along with it too. You can do a lot. This comes from the take advantage of every opportunity you have file. You can do a lot more with your on-hold message than just tell people, we're really sorry that we can't take your call right now. Please continue to hold. Everybody knows that they're going to continue to hold. Well, the only thing more annoying than being on hold on a phone somewhere is having the automated attendant consistently come in, and the only thing this thing ever says to you is, all our operators are busy, your business is important to us, please continue to hold. I mean, frankly, if my business was really important to you, I wouldn't be on hold. But since I am on hold, why not tell me about the great value-added content that you have to offer in your newsletter? Why not tell me about your website? Why not give me the address where I can go and sign up online to your newsletter? In other words, just tell me about your newsletter. Give me a couple of quick points about what your newsletter, the value that your newsletter gave last month, for example, or the discounts that you can get in the newsletter. Give me a few tips, a few teasers, and then tell me, go to your web address to sign up. And of course, when they get to your website, they shouldn't have to go looking for the subscribe form. The subscription link should be very obvious and very easy for them to find on any page they're on. So all you should have to do to drive those people towards your subscription form is drive them towards your website. Now, a lot of people, at least I hear a lot of people talk about point of sales, okay? They talk about point of sales and capturing those email addresses at point of sale. But the problem with point of sale email address capturing and list building can often be that if you're going to ask somebody to just either A, give you their email address and you type it in, or B, write it down on a piece of paper and then some poor schmo has to transcribe that later into your database, what can happen is that those addresses can be bad. In other words, those addresses can be actually, there can be a typo in them or something, or you can't read the person's writing when you go to put them into the database. So, one approach that you can have is to either have a machine by the POS, a laptop or a tablet or whatever works for you. Tablets are good because people love to mess around with those, and they still have that sort of sexy factor. So using a tablet sort of encourages people to actually look at that and go, whoa, that's really cool. I think maybe I'd like to actually try this out. I've never tried a tablet before. And just have it on your website with your sign-up form, right on the page. If you hopefully you have connectivity from your Wi-Fi connectivity from your store, and people can literally go in there and just type in their email address and sign up for your subscription. And while you're at it, You could even create a specialized landing page on your website. For example, a hidden web page that is visible only if you know where to go, and have that on the tablet so that when people come in, they not only see the sign-up form, but there's actually some points on the tablet or the computer that say why they should sign up, that gives them some value. Here's why you should sign up, because every month we give you gift certificates that will save you X amount of dollars a month, or whatever that incentive might be within your newsletter. You can certainly have that at the sign-up form on the tablet or the PC or whatever you're using that will tell them what the value is and encourage them to sign up for you. Remember, you're asking people for something, so you have to offer people something. So those are the basic points that we've gone through. We've been trying to answer some questions in text too. I hope that's been very helpful for you. We want to invite you to drop by our website. The webinar recording will be posted, I believe, Mac, that'll be posted tomorrow morning.
Jim, as far as we would just need some like like 2 days, just to edit the recording. So guys, stay tuned, and next week we'll be publishing the webinar recording right on our blog. So we're gonna let you know about this also via the newsletter, via the blog updates email that we send out on a regular basis. So if you guys could just follow us, you can also find us on Twitter or on Facebook. We're gonna post this one for you. We're gonna make sure that that all of the feedback and the questions which you also post on the chat are taken into consideration, and that our next webinar is a bit more tailored and suited right to your needs.
And we really want you to get in touch with Mac and I and let us know. At GetResponse is our Twitter account. My direct Twitter account is, and you might want to, I may have to spell this for you, at HugeheadCA. Okay, that's HugeheadCA is my direct Twitter account. And one thing that I'd like to plug away here that it really isn't part of this webinar, but I think is that's it. Thank you so much for writing that out, Mac.
No problem.
One thing that I want to plug away at this and get you folks involved. I don't know, I'm sure most of you have heard about this, but if you haven't, I'll be going down to the Marketing Sherpa Email Marketing Summit next week and interviewing some of the biggest names and thought leaders in the industry, people that are really going to give some fantastic insight. And what we've done is we're going to interview them on video, then we'll be uploading the videos to our webpage, and we'll be uploading those videos starting on the 7th. But what we're doing here is we're also running a contest. So these aren't my questions. I'm not making these questions up. You are. What we're saying is that you drop by our website. Okay, you can tweet us a question that you want us to ask. So you just tweet a question to #GetResponse, and what will happen is we'll take those questions with us down to Vegas, and I'll ask your questions. And if you submit a question to us, we could be giving you a Sony Bloggy camera, because we'll be giving away one of those cameras to one of the lucky people whose questions we ask when we're in Vegas. So it's a chance for you to win a great prize and actually get some great insight too. So please, by all means, tweet us a question, drop by the website. If you have suggestions for future webinars, please contact myself or Mac. We would love to hear from you and love to hear what you like about the webinar, what you don't like about the webinar, what we can do to make the webinars better, and what kind of topics we can cover to help answer your questions. Mac?
I'm just writing our email addresses right into the chat box, guys. So if you have any questions, email myself. This is mac.astovsky@getresponse.com or jim.ducharme@getresponse.com. So send us your questions, and just as Jim mentioned, we just want to make sure that those webinars are working right for you. So if you have any questions or ideas or any feedback, we also are happy to hear your any criticism or any negative feedback that you guys might have. So send us your email, and I'm just going to promise that the next webinar is just going to get better and better.
Well, absolutely. This is our first one together, Mac, and we are just going to keep raising the bar as we go. But what's really important is that feedback, and one of the things I love about GetResponse working for them is the accessibility, and we really have amazing accessibility with this group. If you email Mac or myself, you can rest assured that you'll have a response from us within the same day, and because we love hearing from you, and really it's the suggestions, comments, and questions that come from our community that help us put together these kind of webinars. So we want to hear your comments, good or bad. And we want to take those comments and use them to make the next webinars we do even better and provide you that much more valuable information that you can use to build your email list and your success. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for being here, and let Mac have the final word.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I hope to see you at the next webinar from our series.